He made her kneel, in front of everyone. He called her useless. He called her nothing. People laughed. She kept cleaning. Her hands were shaking. No one knew. A sick child was waiting for her. No one knew. She once saved his mother from shame. But today, the man who mocked her will learn the truth, and he will fall to his knees. Stay with us and subscribe. Mama Ngozi woke before sunrise. Her room was dark and still. She sat up slowly. Her chest felt tight. The pain stayed for a moment. She breathed through it. She was used to pain. She washed her face. She wore her faded blue dress. She tied the old cloth on her wrist. She never removed that cloth. It carried a promise. Outside, the city was loud. Cars rushed past. People hurried to work. Mama Ngozi walked slowly. Her shoes were thin. Her steps were careful. The tall glass building stood ahead. Bright, cold, proud. She entered through the back door. Inside, the floors shined like mirrors. Cool air touched her skin. She picked up her mop. She began her work. Back and forth. Slow and steady. Her phone vibrated in her pocket. She stopped. She checked the screen. Little Aisha smiled back at her. Thin face. Big, hopeful eyes. Mama Ngozi's lips trembled. Aisha was very sick. The doctor wanted more money. The medicine cost too much. Mama Ngozi worked longer hours now. She skipped meals. She slept very little. Every coin went to the village. Every prayer carried Aisha's name. No one here knew her story. No one cared to ask. To them, she was just a cleaner. Just an old woman with slow hands. She bent to wipe a small stain. Her back burned. Her hands shook. Still, she kept cleaning. Long ago, she made a promise. And she would die before she broke it. Stay with this story. Subscribe to see what happens next. The lobby was full that morning. Music played. Glasses touched. People laughed. It was a big company event. Mr. Jeed stood in the center. He looked proud. He enjoyed the praise. Mama Ngozi cleaned near the stairs. She moved slowly. Her back felt tight. She did not look up. Mr. Jeed stepped backward. His shoe touched a wet mark. He froze. The smile left his face. Silence spread fast. He looked at Mama Ngozi. "You cannot even mop?" he said. His voice was loud. All eyes turned to her. Mama Ngozi lowered her head. "I am sorry, sir," she said. He laughed. "Sorry will not fix this," he replied. He pointed to the floor. "Clean it again. Slowly. Let everyone see." Her hands shook. She bent down. She wiped the same spot again. People whispered. Some laughed softly. Mr. Jeed walked in a circle around her. "This is why some people stay small," he said. His words were sharp. Mama Ngozi felt heat in her eyes. But she held her tears. She kept cleaning. He leaned closer. "You are too old for this place," he said. The room felt heavy. Then his phone rang. He picked it up fast. For a moment, his face changed. His voice became softer. Mama Ngozi looked up without thinking. She saw the screen. A young woman smiled in the photo. On her head was a cloth. The same cloth pattern. Mama Ngozi's heart pounded. Her wrist felt cold. That cloth meant something. Something from long ago. Mr. Jida ended the call. He waved her away like dust. But Mama Ngozi could not move. A memory had woken up, and it would not sleep again. Mama Ngozi reached home very late. Her feet hurt. Her back ached. But her mind would not rest. Little Aisha lay on the bed. She was coughing again. Mama Ngozi rushed to her. She touched her forehead. It felt warm. "I am here," she whispered. Aisha smiled weakly. "Did work go well?" the child asked. Mama Ngozi forced a smile. "Yes, my child," she said. She gave her medicine. She helped her sit up. She held her until the cough stopped. Soon Aisha slept again. But Mama Ngozi stayed awake. She kept seeing the phone screen. That young woman in the picture, that cloth on her head. It was the same cloth pattern, the same one tied to her wrist. That cloth was not common. It was made many years ago. Only 2 pieces were sewn. One was hers. One belonged to another woman, a woman who once trusted her. Mama Ngozi stood slowly. She walked to the corner of the room. There sat an old wooden box. She opened it with care. Inside were letters, old photos, a small doll. Her hands shook. She picked up a photo. 2 young women stood together. They were smiling. Both wore the same cloth. Between them stood a small boy. Sharp eyes, proud face. It was Mr. Jide, younger, innocent. Mama Ngozi covered her mouth. She pulled out another photo. A baby girl wrapped in white cloth. She remembered that night. Heavy rain fell. A woman cried. A promise was made. That baby was placed in her arms. Mama Ngozi looked at sleeping Aisha. Tears filled her eyes. "The past has returned," she whispered, "and the truth cannot hide anymore." Mama Ngozi did not sleep that night. At sunrise, she dressed fast. Her heart was steady now. She carried the old box in a cloth bag. The city looked the same, but she felt different. She reached the tall building again. Inside, the air felt cold. She walked past the guards. She did not look afraid. Her steps were firm. She stopped near a small storage room. Years ago, she and another woman cleaned here. They used to hide small things inside. Mama Ngozi opened the dusty cabinet. Her hands moved with care. Behind old files, she found it. A thin envelope. She opened it slowly. Inside was a letter. The writing was faded, but she knew the hand. It was his mother's writing. Her eyes filled with tears. The letter was short. It spoke of fear. It spoke of shame. It thanked Mama Ngozi for standing by her. It asked her to protect the baby girl. "If anything happens to me," it said, "please keep her safe." Mama Ngozi held the paper close. There was also a small silver chain. She remembered placing it on the baby. She placed the letter back in the bag. Then she walked toward Mr. Jide's office. Through the glass wall, she saw him. He was angry again. A young cleaner stood before him. Her head was down. The same scene was starting again. The same sharp voice. Mama Ngozi felt fire in her chest. She pushed the door open. The room fell silent. Mr. Jide turned toward her. His face showed surprise. Mama Ngozi stepped forward. Her hands no longer shook. Today, she would speak. Mama Ngozi stood before him. The room was silent. The young cleaner stepped aside. Mr. Jide looked annoyed. "What is this?" he asked. Mama Ngozi did not bow. She placed the old letter on his desk. She placed the silver chain beside it. His eyes moved to the chain. His face changed a little. "I found this long ago," she said. "It belonged to your mother." He frowned. "My mother is gone," he replied. "Yes," she said softly, "but her words are not gone." She pushed the letter toward him. "Read it." He hesitated. Then he opened it. The room stayed quiet. His eyes moved slowly across the page. His hands began to shake. He read about fear. He read about shame. He read about a promise. He read Mama Ngozi's name. He looked up at her. "This is not true," he whispered. "It is," she said. "Your mother was alone. People mocked her. One man hurt her pride. I stood with her. I held her when she cried. And when your sister was born, she placed that baby in my arms." The room felt heavy. "Your sister is alive," she said. "She has been under my care." Mr. Jide stepped back. Memories flashed in his mind. Rain. Tears. A small baby. He dropped into his chair. "I did not know," he said. "You did not ask," she replied. Silence filled the office again. Slowly, he stood up. He walked around the desk. Then he fell to his knees. Not in anger, not in pride, but in shame. "I am sorry," he said. "To you. To my mother." To everyone. Tears ran down his face. The staff watched in shock. He stood up and faced them. "I was wrong," he said loudly. "No one here is small. No work is shameful." He turned back to Mama Ngozi. "Please forgive me." She looked at him for a long moment. "Change your heart," she said. "That is enough." Weeks later, he visited the village. He met his sister. He helped with Aisha's care. He started a fund in his mother's name. Mama Ngozi no longer walked with fear. Respect followed her steps. Because power is not in money. It is in kindness. And never forget this. The person you look down on today may be the one who once lifted you. If this story touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe for more.